What is up, my beautiful people? This is Kristen Peoples coming to you with bossofculture.org. I hope you're doing super fabulous today. I am lighting some rope incense to clear our space, you guys, to bring about love, to bring about easing that stress and any anxiety that you had coming to this channel. You guys, it is gone, gone, gone. I wanted to talk to you guys today because I'm celebrating. I am celebrating. Oh my gosh, 5 years of being away from that place. Yay! Can I get a hello? Can I get a congratulations? You guys, 5 years to today, to this day, I am celebrating. I'm celebrating being free. I'm celebrating being able to be me and live to my highest potential, and to be able to share my stories with you so that I can give you guys the roadmap, if you will, on what not to do, and kind of let you know, sharing my stories so that you're like, okay, Kristen, this happened to her. So, I'm not saying that my experience is going to be your experience, but I'm hoping that my experiences, the experiences that I share on this channel, truly help you and bless you and just take you to the next level, because that's what this is all about. You guys, today's message is going to be short and sweet, to the point. I have to go pick up my son from football practice in a minute. If you are a football mom, let me know in the comment section below, because you guys know, us football moms, we stick together. It's like, hey, can you pick my son up? That's how we do. We are a community. I'm all about community, from here to everything that I'm involved in. So, and I just love it, you guys. Today, I wanted to share with you, when enough was just enough. If you ever wanted to know what was your last straw, Kristen, what was your last straw? Well, I'm going to share that with you guys. I want to just share with you real quick, though, a couple of affirmations that I pulled from the Sacred Self-Care Deck by Jill Pyle. You guys, these are amazing. You should pick these up. And it just, it's one of those things. I just love having these type of tools around me, so that it kind of, lets me know intuitively what it is I should be working on, right? I just love like being able to pull like an affirmation or something like this to kind of let me know, hey, these are the things that you should probably be checking on, you guys. And one of them, and this may be for someone out here, is that you need to get a health checkup. Health checkup is coming up. When I was going through trying to pull cards, 4 of these fell out, you guys. And health checkup was one of those things. So make sure that you check in with your mental health. Make sure that you check in with your physical health. If you haven't had a physical this year, make sure that you get that, check in with yourself. Health is wealth, you guys. I don't care how much money you have. If you're not feeling good, you got to make sure that you take care of yourself. Your body is a vessel. Your body is a temple. And we must make sure that we are loving on ourselves every chance we get. The other card that fell out was sound healing. And this is reminiscent of yesterday. My girlfriend, Ayana, that we have been tight. She's pretty much family, as far as I'm concerned, since first grade. And she invited me to a sound healing session. I've done them here on YouTube, but boy, to do it in person, we went to Dr. Rose, her studio, downtown Detroit. It was simply amazing. It's called the Bloom Transformation Center, you guys. And the other programs she has there, I'm definitely going to be checking out. Sound healing, if you guys have never tried it, you should definitely try it. Try it online first, and if it's your thing, try it in person. It is super healing. I absolutely enjoyed myself yesterday. It was totally relaxing. The other thing, the other card that popped out was aromatherapy, you guys. I've always been big on aromatherapy. It's very therapeutic. It has so many health benefits, you guys. Plant medicine, you guys. It was here before Western medicine. So I definitely swear by it. In fact, I always start just about every video lighting some incense, explaining to you guys the benefits. Same thing with the essential oils. Same thing with even from the fragrances that I wear and the body care that I use. I make sure that I try to incorporate aromatherapy, because I'm all about trying to feel good each and every day, you guys. And then the last thing, you guys, that kind of ties into the aromatherapy is beauty ritual. you guys, beauty rituals not always, about the surface thing. It's all about loving on yourself. And part of my beauty ritual every single day is, telling myself, girl, I love you. And I love every flaw, everything about you that's imperfect. I love you anyway. So that is one of the things I look myself in the mirror every single day, because none of us is perfect. But guess what? I am freaking imperfectly perfect. I am perfect for me. I am perfect for my kids. I'm perfect for my husband. I'm just but at the end of the day, I'm perfect for me. And that's when we start to advocate for ourselves. So with that being said, you guys, I just want to hurry up and get to the message because I respect your time. I always tell you guys this, yeah, you guys, it was October the 3rd, 2018, and I just could not take it anymore. I was pulled into a conference room once again to be belittled, to be for fear to be instilled in me. And it was just like one of those days where I was just like over it. I was over the fact that I was called into human resources for my review because I was always being sent to the principal's office for my reviews. I could never have a normal one with, the manager one-on-one. It was always, I needed to be, spoken to and put in my place, put in the box that I'm supposed to be put into. And I wasn't doing anything that was any different from anyone else. It was just, I guess, because of my light was shining too bright. And that's what I wish you guys would understand here, because I'm on the other side. So I could see that at the time. I didn't see that your light is shining too bright, and it bothers them. Your light irritates their demons. Okay. And I'm here to tell you that from the other side. But it was one of those things. I walked in. I was in a newer group at this time. This was the manager who, it was the manager that I wasn't getting a hint on, and he was total harassment, and I finally had to report his behind. And they tricked me with some kind of they had some kind of coalition they said that I could write into to report the manager, only for them to kind of get more information. And you guys, I always tell you, don't necessarily trust these we had like a reporting line where you could report wrongdoing. Then we had this, like I said, this coalition they told me about, and I wrote to them letting them know what was happening, and they wanted additional information. Again, just trying to get information to try to find out, I guess, this is hindsight 2020 looking back, what kind of dirt does she have on us? What is she going to provide to us? That type of thing. So could you provide this? Could you provide that? And so they supposedly did their investigation. In the meantime, that manager of mine, he was demoted. I understood that they took his company car. I understood he ended up working for one of the vice presidents in the company, and but it was kind of like a secretarial job. So he was no longer over, a group. He was no longer a group manager, and it was just a matter of time before he was out the door. So it was one of those things. What I always tell people is just leave me alone, right? I don't mess with anybody. But when you come for me, I just got to take care of myself. And then unfortunately, every time someone tries to come for me, something bad ends up happening to them. And it's not because, I think because God sees it all. It could be, whoever your source is, whoever you get your inspiration from, your motivation from. But, my God, I guess he sees the ugliness going on and saw it going on for so long that this dude was, I understand, when I went out on leave, they ended up handing down a package, and he was kind of forced out. Okay, so he's no longer with the company anymore because he decided to mess with me. And so when he messed with me, I reported him to this fake little Justice Department they had, and then me being smart enough not to feed that information to them for them to use that against me, because I only fed them so much, right? I didn't show them everything. I didn't show them my whole hand, right? I only showed them so much, but enough for them to demote him and put him in the role that he was in, where he was no longer my manager. But what happened was they ended up bringing another manager in who really didn't know anything about me, but he heard hearsay about the situation. And I understand that he was asking questions, and then he decided that he was going to decide to bully me too. Didn't even know me, but, at first he tried to come off as cool, get information about my kids and that type of thing. He knew that my daughter was enrolled in a dual enrollment program, and he knew what time my children needed to be to school. And all of a sudden, it was an issue for me whenever I had a meeting that I could easily call into All my colleagues were doing the same thing. All of my colleagues had children as well. It was no issue for them to drop their children off to school. But for whatever reason, this new manager thought it was an issue for me to be a parent, you know? So this particular day, going back to the day, the manager that I had previously was demoted, but they allowed him. Oh, and I'm sorry. And this little Justice Department or whatever, they did their investigation on my previous manager, right? And they said, they called me in the room and they said, well, we found out that, you know, all the information that you provided was false. And, you know, we're going to put you, because at the time they had, prior to that, the manager who felt that I wasn't getting the hint, he had put me on the PIP. And I discussed that in my previous video. If you haven't seen that one, you guys make sure that you check it out. I'll link it either here or down in the description box. So he decided to put me on the PIP, right? And but in the meantime, when I wrote the letter, they did their investigation. They came back and said they didn't find anything, but they still allowed him to put this feedback on, his negative feedback on my review. And of course, you guys, you know, he was pissed because he's gotten demoted. You know, during this time, he's gotten demoted. He's been investigated. So, of course, he's not going to say anything good about me, right? So they had invited him, though. I saw the day before, they had invited him to come to the meeting. And I had already emailed the human resources manager and my new manager that I did not feel comfortable with him being in the meeting with us. Well, I guess they figured, oh, she can handle it, or we don't care about her feelings. We're going to invite him anyway. So I saw when I walked in, the first thing I asked the human resources manager, because I made sure I got there earlier than anyone else, was, is he going to be here? And she said yes. And I said, well, if he's going to be here, then I won't. And she got this attitude and she said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, did you not get my email? I told you I did not feel comfortable with him being there. I told my manager, my new manager, I did not feel comfortable with him being there. I emailed you guys. I tried to call you and you did not respect my wishes. So either he's stopped on his, she said, well, he's on his way here. I said, well, either he stopped on his way here or I will not be meeting with you guys. Upset, she goes and calls him and stops him in his tracks. He didn't come. Thank goodness. But like I said, they still allowed him to write these comments to go on my record, right? So they have my new manager read all the horrible things that this manager wrote about me. Because apparently he was supposed to come to the meeting and read these things himself and get the satisfaction like, you know, I got him demoted. So now he's going to really read me the riot act. And then they decided to tell me at the end of the meeting, and by the way, you're going back on the PIP. After that meeting, first of all, I looked at the human resources manager and I said, you know, this is going to happen to one of your kids one day. I truly hope that this doesn't happen to anyone in your family. And this, you guys, if you also saw my short, was the same HR manager that I saw in the grocery store. And when she saw me when I was on leave, she acted as if she saw a ghost and was running with the cart. She could not believe she saw me there, right? And what she didn't realize, I knew we lived in the same community, but we lived in the same community. And it was hilarious just seeing her just acting all big and bad and tough. Didn't even want to shake my hand when I first walked in the room. Was going to make me sit in a room with this man that I told her I didn't feel comfortable in a room with him. But then you see me on the street and it's a different reaction. So, new manager, didn't know he was only my new manager for like 3-4 months. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You know, I'll put her on I'll help you with putting her on the PIP. I'll help. All of a sudden, this man had so much, no backbone. Any respect I had for this man, this new manager of mine, is now out the window. Because I'm looking, in my mind, I'm like, where are the leaders here? You know? So I left the meeting and I went into the bathroom and I had another panic attack. And it was the final straw. I said, you know, I'm sick and tired of being sick. And I remember going home. I remember actually stopping to see some of my old friends. There was some kind of meeting in the one of the auditoriums, and I stopped by. There was a women's event within the organization. I stopped by there, and I was just sick to my stomach. And I talked to my friend outside who I had started, who I co-opted with, and I told her, I said, I can't, this place is making me sick. And I told her what happened. And she was just like, Kristen, I'm so sorry about what's happening to you. And I said, yeah, I just don't understand. I said, this should not be happening. I'm like, I do my job. I've given this company almost 20 years of my life, and this is how I'm being treated. I'm like, this is unbelievable. And so I came home. I was on the phone with my best friend, she was just enraged. You know, she was going through her own health issues, and I didn't want her to be stressed out because saw that I was upset, and I don't know what I was looking like when I came home, but my husband came in the house and he said, no more. He said, this is not, he was just like, I need a mother for my children. I need my wife back, and this place is going to kill you. And he wasn't the first person to say it. My doctor, my PCP said it, and it was just making me unwell, you know? So I remember waking up the next day and I felt absolutely horrible. I remember reaching out to my therapist, my psychiatrist, and she took me off. I sounded, not only was I seeing a psychiatrist, I was also seeing, I was utilizing their, what do you call it? The, goodness gracious, the name escapes me. The program, they have counselors through your job that you can use, the EAP program. That's what it was. I called her as well. And she was in a hospital with her mother, but I must have sounded so horrible on the phone that she called me when she got my voicemail, and she told me she was very concerned for me. I don't want to see this happen to you guys. I don't want to see you guys going through all this for a job. And that is why I'm so passionate about my nonprofit organization. That is why my organization raises money for people to get mental health care, because it was my mental health care team that helped me get to the other side. Is where I am today. And you guys, I'm still healing. I told you guys, today is like my 5th year anniversary away from this place. So don't let my story be yours in terms of the information that I'm sharing here with you. May this be a catalyst for you to take care of yourself. That is the reason why I think health checkup was the very first thing that came up. And that's why I think sound therapy also came up as well, because, oh my gosh, that was so healing for me yesterday. And then aromatherapy, and then I dropped the beauty ritual on the floor, but you guys get it. You know, I love the fact that whenever I'm with you and I pull an affirmation or a card of some sort, it always coincides. And that's how I know that my messages with you guys are divinely guided. There are no scripts here. I remember when I first started this channel, I was, trying to write things down and, so I can memorize them. But you guys, clearly this is from the heart. This is information that I want to share. These are not stories that are made up. These are stories of my life. I honestly think that I went through these things so that I could help someone. I've helped so many of you guys, and it's been my life's mission to continue to help people and to continue to make sure that there are laws put in place to make sure that no one else has to go to work to, you shouldn't have to be mistreated for a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to go to work legally and ethically and morally to earn a living. 9 times out of 10, and this is what I was just telling my husband yesterday again, and I kind of started with this on my rant in my last video, but I'm looking at my kids, they're in school, in college, and, you got these student loan debts. And that's just another layer of, thankfully for me, I didn't have that problem. Okay. But, I look at these people with all this student loan debt that they have to pay on top of their mortgage, their car notes. They got to eat. They have to live, and these companies know this. To me, it is like the ultimate trap. You go to school to become this professional, or get this type of training, and it costs money, and you have to pay it back. And usually it's the highest interest rates possible, and it's the biggest ripoff. To me, it's disgusting to see that American workers. You guys, it's just that's a whole other can of worms, and I don't even want to go into, but you get my gist. It's just that it's to me, it's a whole it's a whole system that works against people that are a threat to people because they shine, because they know what they're doing, because they're better at their jobs, and oftentimes some of the management that's put in place, because again, management, that's subjective. People are pulled up because someone likes them for the most part. There's a very few chosen people that are pulled up that actually know what they're doing, that actually care about the people, that actually care about, the company and where it's going. So that was my last straw, you guys. My health. My health was my last straw. It was too many times, you guys. It was too many times that I was having panic attacks. And the fact that just months prior to that, my oldest son, who's 22 now, but at the time he was 16, he just had just started driving. And I remember driving home from work, my blood pressure was so through the roof that the freeway was literally doing like this. I don't know how the heck I made it home, but I had to have him, when I got home, drive me to the hospital. I don't want that for you. No one, if you're in a relationship and no job, is worth that. And I don't tell anyone to quit. You guys, that's what benefits are for. Make sure you understand that handbook. Make sure you understand the law. Make sure you understand the law in your state. And make sure you support the Dignity at Work Act or any similar bills out there. You guys, go to my website, bossupculture.org. Get involved in any way possible. Start by writing your state representative and telling them, hey, look, I'm being abused at work, or I'm seeing people at my job being abused. We want to pass the Dignity at Work Act or something similar. Send them to my website. Send them to bossupculture.org so they can learn more about it. If you are fortunate enough to have funds to donate, my 501c3 is 100% tax deductible. You will get a receipt. Please donate to the fund, because there are people that are emailing me that need mental health support. And you guys, I need more funding to help these people get the mental health care that they need. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. So your donations mean a lot. And please continue to share your stories. Comment in the comment section below. You guys, make sure you like these videos, okay? Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get these videos to the masses, but YouTube is not going to push my videos if you're watching them and you're not liking them, okay? They're not going to push my videos if you're not being engaged in these videos. So I need to know that the content that I'm bringing you is valuable, which I know it is, you guys. These are life lessons I'm sharing with you. So please think about that. Be cognizant of that. Share my videos. Share my videos on any platforms. If you know of any professionals that can help us out. We're looking for therapists. We're looking for lawyers. It doesn't matter what state you're in. Please have them reach out to me at info@bossupculture.org. If you are a professional yourself, if you are an employer, reach out to me. You guys, let's make a change. Let's make it a change for the positive for everyone, okay? You guys are talking about you looking for employees, right? You're looking for valuable employees, and you have all these help wanted signs. Well, guess what? You can get you some valuable employees, but you got to treat them right. And we got to make sure that we're protecting them as well. So I'm Kristen Peoples with bossupculture.org. I hope this video has helped someone out there. And may you continue to be blessed in everything that you do. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I seriously do. And I hope this video has been a blessing to you. Bye.